Whoa! Welcome back to the Bodhi Bros. I am John with a J.
And I'm Phoenix Ray.
And today we are going to do what we pledged that we were going to continue to do to the end of the year, and that is we're going to pull cards from, I believe, 6 different decks today, and we are going to hit career, relationship, and then overall / shadow. And we're going to vacillate back and forth between Bodhi Ray and I. And we will be covering the week of 8/1/21, which starts this coming 8/1/21, which is coming this Sunday. Ray, how do we do this? Give us the general overall view, and then we'll dive into it.
So what we do is we each pull a card. We each pull a card for career. So you can decide whose reading you want to go with, mine or John's. Or you could do both. Like let's say you pick mine for your normal day-to-day career, your normal job, and then you pick John's for maybe you have a side business or a project that you're wanting to start. Same with relationship. You could pick John's for your significant other relationship, marriage or whatever, and then pick mine for a relationship with friends or family. So, and then we just do general overall energy reading too as our third one. But you can make it whatever you want. You know, the choice is yours. So,
Bada bing, bada boom.
exactly.
All right. And with that, I bid you hello to, relationship first? Career.
Career. We'll do career.
Okay. Wrong deck. Hello, Earth Magic.
And I have, bam, the sacred forest.
All right. Ponder your questions. Look at the decks. Where are you drawn? You can be drawn to both decks. You can have one question or two. Up to you.
We're
So,
making this related to career. So,
career. This is career. All right. Okay.
I'll show what this is what the back of the decks look like for mine. You could see that.
It's a little shiny. Hey,
Yeah.
pull it back a little bit. Let me see.
Let's see. Can you see it?
Yeah, is it like a winged horse there? Like a Pegasus? Holy,
Looks like someone riding a Pegasus.
nice. Okay.
I know there's another name for Pegasus. I know Pegasus is the name, but I'm not sure of the.
Yeah, the actual creature,
Yeah.
the genre of
Looks
being.
like the Sasquatch. I don't know what.
Right. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Career. Art projects, collaboration, side hustles. As Ray said, your primary job, your secondary job, a new job, an old job, whatever. It's up to you.
All right. Ooh, okay. I got mine.
You do. I'm still. So trying to feel into right. And let's go. Oh yeah, it's in there. It's in that little sandwich, right? Ooh, stubborn. It's okay. Ready?
Ready. Bam. Breathe.
What's yours say?
Mine says reflecting pool stillness.
Okay, mine says forest and breathe. Your cards look cool, man.
Thanks.
All right, forest
Mine
and.
number 33.
Ooh, you know I like that number.
You, Mason.
Mine does not have a number.
All right. I guess I'll read first.
Do it.
All right. Let me put these up. In stillness, your power emerges. Tap into your inner sacred witness to discover the dwelling place of your soul. In profound peace and silence, you can discover the truth of your being. If you are in pain, go into stillness until you find the source. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of overwhelm, urgency, and emergency. There is always a higher truth. Seek it out. Your soul loves what is real and honest. In quietude, the truth emerges. Move past the bustle and chatter of life into sweet stillness. Allow the chaos of the outer world to roll off your back the way water rolls off the back of a duck. Surrender to it. Seek solitude to hear the voice of spirit, and serenity will follow. The spirit of the reflecting pool says, in silence, you'll find the dwelling place of your soul. Take time to move into quietude, and you'll uncover a vast store of insight emerging within you. In ongoing situations in your life, hold back, take time to reflect before responding.
Easy breezy, cover boy. I make it quick and simple. Unplug, 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 like a switchboard operator of sorts. That old school thing where they used to connect people. Do the opposite. Unplug all the plugs from your devices, from other distractions, people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and plug them all into you. Find that place of solitude, bliss, non-interfering sources, forces, et cetera, and meditate. Meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, find out how to meditate. I don't know.
Yeah, a
Google
lot of
some stuff.
resources
There's
out
a lot of
there.
resources out there. Ask some people. Talk to the internet if you have to. Learn to meditate. And the easiest thing I could say about that is if you don't feel good reaching out to the internet or people, just sit in silence. Just make that the practice for a little while, as it pertains to this question about your career. Um, and then you may actually fall in love with this practice and um, integrate it into your daily practices and processes, and make it a routine. It's so beneficial on so many levels. But as it pertains to this question, unplug from everything, plug into yourself, get out under the sun, get under a tree, go a quiet, cozy place of your house, home, wherever you're staying, and just connects with you. It's a very scary thing for some people because they've never done it before. There's a lot of stuff that they're not ready to face, but therein lies your answers.
Yeah, very good, man. I think too, when it comes to work, maybe there's some things you could maybe try to change. Maybe taking your break or taking your lunch in a different spot than normal. Maybe you could find a place, maybe a place outside instead of using like a break room, or maybe that means sitting in your car on a break or lunch, or going outside and taking a walk. Even people, you work, a lot of people work from home, and sometimes that's tough now because you're bringing the workplace into your home place, and that kind of adds, now your home is no longer a place of relaxation, it's also a place of stress, and that kind of, you associate that now with that work, with it being at home. So sometimes, maybe you need to find a like a sacred spot of silence. Maybe maybe you use a second bedroom or something, or a basement, or you kind of make this little area maybe a place of peace. Maybe have some candles, or maybe light some incense somewhere, and find a little place that that you can kind of come into your own little personal retreat. You don't always have to go somewhere. You don't always have to go, take a trip somewhere to a retreat. You can make your retreat anywhere, really. It's all about finding that inner peace within you. So, or maybe you take a walk outside every once in a while, and you connect with nature. Or it's just about finding that inner peace within you, and trying to quiet a little bit, and trying to witness instead of all the mind and being so overwhelmed. And sometimes that will give you the answers that you're looking for, or give you a new perspective of how to see things and how to handle things.
Yeah, man, for sure. Good addition there, bro. And also, let me add, try to do it as device free as possible. No music, no guided meditations. You don't need, in this particular instance, it's not calling for another person's voice or guidance. It's calling for you to connect with you. So no music, even though music can be beautiful and a great way to connect and release and enjoy and entwine and be divine. Silence, it is actually golden in this particular
Yeah.
aspect of the conversation. And devices, that's another quick thing that I make mention to, can be any. Don't bring a Rubik's cube with you. It's a device. A crystal. It's a device. Oh, I'm connected. You don't need the crystal. You don't need. Take all your jewelry off. If you can. Piercings. Get rid of anything that's pulling energy or is some type of hair ties. Let your hair down. And just be as unrestrained, unrestricted, free as possible to be an
Just letting
allowance
go,
of everything
letting go.
coming in, and that's it being an allowance. Sorry, um, of everything that's coming in and everything that's in with it. What were you going to say, Ray?
I would say just letting go of tension. You know,
Yes,
and if you can,
yes,
sometimes
yeah,
at
he's
workplace or whatever, it's not always easy. So
right. All right, good stuff. All right, here's the card again. Forest, breathe.
ball is gone.
And maybe this just means taking a walk in the woods, Ray,
Okay, Johnny.
since we just talked about it, connecting with the trees. As we make our way across the meadow to the thicker parts of the forest, there's a subtle shift in the sensations in the body, one that might initially be barely perceptible, but soon becomes undeniable. It's nearly impossible not to take deeper breaths. Gosh, so true. The richness of the forest oxygen, given freely and generously from the trees, the standing ones, to us, is a natural exchange for the carbon dioxide we release every time we exhale. Further, the animals of the forest participate in this exchange as well in what is one of the most miraculous and remarkable collaborations between plants and animals that serve to help each other live and thrive. The ratio of this oxygen to carbon dioxide exchange has been in balance for millennia, but has been changing quite dramatically in the last several years as carbon dioxide levels have been rising. Yet there are many parts of the world where we can still enjoy the refreshing and revitalizing effects of an afternoon enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells of a walk in the forest. Through prayer and action, we can express our gratitude to these tree beings for the many gifts they provide, not the least of which is contributing to the very air we breathe. Things are different after a walk in the forest. It concludes by saying, your breathing is too shallow. Although it may feel natural, it is an unhealthy habit that causes this shortness of breath. When you subconsciously shorten your breath, no matter if this is habitual or triggered by some event or circumstance, it activates certain psychological signals, excuse me, physiological signals that prepare your system for fight or flight. Another conditional response to perceived danger is to hold your breath. This is your survival response, although it does not serve you to do so. So, breathe. Inhale deeply, regardless of your concerns, worries, or problems. Then let it go. Next, allow yourself to breathe a little deeper and slower a few times. Remember that every breath you inhale is a gift, and every breath you exhale is a gift. The forest is a clear reminder of how this works.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of the shirt I'm wearing.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wait.
that kind of falls up.
Yeah, wait till you is it that hot? It's so hot you froze it up.
So hot, man. I froze up.
Come on,
But
give it to me. We'll wait a second.
here,
Wait, you're back. All right, show us the shirt. Okay. What does it say? Oh, you need to let that shit go. Tell us, Ray. Preach. Talk to me. What? Oh, we lost them again. All right. We'll wait a few. Let's dance it out, stretch it out. We're getting ready for Bodhi Ray to
all right, I'm back.
release. All right, he's back. Tell us
So,
about let that shit go, Ray. Tell us.
well, it's about all that shit going on in your head. And we're not saying, you bulldoze it or you suppress stuff, but a lot of what the main reading is breath, coming back to the breath. And your reading goes almost exactly with mine about silence. And not always do we have a forest near us or some woods near us. Some of us can't just get up and go, especially, if this relates to career, but all of us can find time to pause and take a mindful breath. If you're working on a computer in a cubicle or you're busy, just stop or just be mindful of your breath. How am I breathing in this moment? When you're stressful and you're in a meeting, pay attention to your breath. when you have a little bit of a break in between something, just take, all it needs to take is one mindful breath. Just one deep breath can have a great effect.
So
Great
grounding.
effect on your mental perceptions, your attitude, and just naturally, that stress is gonna kind of come off of you. That you just letting it go. You're just letting that bullshit go. Doesn't mean it may not disappear, may not come back, but now you approach it from a more mindful perspective, from a more a conscious approach.
Would you call it a loving place of awareness?
Yes, I can call it that, loving awareness. So taking a deep breath. You could even take a breath from your heart. You could imagine almost like nostrils, or you're breathing in through your heart chakra. So you can breathe in through the heart chakra, and you could exhale all the stuff that's kind of, all that yucky stuff that's kind of built up, that's blocking the heart from being open. And just visualize it, all that waste coming out. And this is an easy approach. It only takes a couple of, 1 or 2 seconds to do this throughout the day, but it could make the big difference between having, what you would call a lousy day or a crappy day, to having a good day, or maybe even just an okay day, but still better. So
Awesome. Great perspective, Signore. And we thank you. As a child, I loved trees. Oh, I adored trees. I climbed trees. I played beneath them. When the leaves fell, I jumped into the piles of leaves. I built tree forts. I mean, I just loved trees. As an adult, it wasn't until a vacation to the Pacific Northwest that this love was reborn, and in a whole new way. And I got to connect with them even after the trip more deeply than I had ever known possible. But getting out of the car in the Pacific Northwest, it was in the Washington, Oregon area of the United States, was like this blast of energy. We would stop at a rest stop and it'd be like just filled my body with, I wasn't used to this many trees. It's such a concentration in one area. And it was just everywhere you looked were giant air giving, life breathing trees. And at first I wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, my, I should be tired after all that driving or whatever. Is this, and it dawned on me, I'm like, it's the fucking trees, man. This was the trip that I gave up coffee, at least for a while, not permanently, but decided I don't even need, like, I don't need it. I've got this. Like, eventually I gave up coffee, but this was the one that made me say, do I need it? I mean, like, wow, this is what I need. And so after the trip, when I got back home, I just started connecting more with nature, and that's what this card says to me. In regard to your career, like I think Ray said, great. Mentioning the break things, get out. Um, but even before work, after work, um, right now, if you're listening and you're like, okay, I have my two answers from John and Ray. Go sit in meditation, and one of them was connect with you. That was Ray's reading, right? Now mine is connect with the tree. So maybe listen to you and then go listen to some trees, because they'll talk to you too, man. You just got to get beneath them and give them a chance, and listen deeply, and just go sit under a tree. Go walk with the trees. Go give the trees, ask them their names. Just really, really connect. And if you don't want to have conversations, just sit and be in that exchange. That is, whether you believe trees will talk to you or not, that doesn't matter. There is a very real thing going on as far as the exchange of the carbon dioxide and the oxygen. That's happening. Go be with some trees. Get out of your four walls, whether it's home or office, and maybe ask the trees about your career question and see what answers come to you. I feel that this is just it's just me prediction here. Okay. I'm feeling that the trees are going to tell you to trust your inner guidance system. Listen to your gut, man. but I could be wrong. See what the trees say. Let us know in the comments below if you go sit and play with the trees or walk amongst them. It's super powerful, magical stuff.
Never asked a tree about career advice before, but I don't know. You never know. You never know.
Not until you try.
I think the important thing too. I think with trees is what you end up realizing as well is your connection to everything. Your connection with nature. That you're not separate from nature. That you are one. You're one with it. Because you both share the same air. You both share the same sunlight. You both share the same earth beneath your feet, in your roots. So all of us are interconnected. All of us are part of one thing.
We all need each other, and it's okay to ask for help. Ask for help.
Ask those trees.
All right.
Relationship.
I've got the box, Ray. What's in the box? Ray, what's in the box? The lovers are in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Now, it's not the lover's deck. I think that's just a tarot card, if you will. It is the romance angels deck.
Nice. Romance angel.
Romance.
And I am going with the Rumi Oracle.
I love that. Love that. All right. Elena Fairchild. Love her stuff too. Now, just because mine's a romance deck does not mean that your inquiry need to be of a romantic, nature. Depends on how you define that word romantic too. By the way, this could be for friend, family, pet, neighbor, someone you haven't met, someone you used to know, whatever. And same with Ray's deck. No rules here, man. Just get very clear on your question. Center it in your heart, because we're about to do the same, shaking out the bad energy, bringing in the good, connecting with our hearts to yours and the collective incoming energetic waves of 8/1/21, aka Sunday, starting this coming week till next Saturday. And if you're interested in what's going on this week and you missed last week's episode, jump on that. Come on, catch up. And here we go. Oh, this one popped out. So I'm going to drop it like it's hot.
Got this one.
There's a lot of this coming up, Ray. You ready? It's a lot about your shirt. Your shirt is really navigating the decks today.
Let go of control issues, man. You gotta let that shit go.
Let that shit go. At the bottom it says,
go ahead.
Allow this situation to unfold naturally.
Mine is the Hand of Fatima. Hand of Fatima. So is there a number on this one? Number 43. So I think you're up, man.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. Boop, boop. Glasses up. There would be no way I could read it like this. There's no number connected to my cards again. Let go of control issues as it pertains to relationships. The romance angels have heard your prayers about your love life. Now, this could be love for a friend, love for a family member, pet, etc. Doesn't have to be entirely literal. Just let it come to you naturally. All right, now it's up to you to allow their help to manifest by stepping out of their way. By trying to control other people or external circumstances, you'll only frustrate yourself and slow down your answered prayer. There are plenty of times in life that call for you to take charge, but this isn't one of them. Of course, it's fine to have your preferences, practice visualizations, and hold intention. Definitely ask the angels for your desires. This card is a reminder, however, that your prayer may be answered differently from what you had in mind. Be open to all possibilities and trust in God's infinite wisdom and compassionate love. Control issues are based upon fears that others, including God, won't live up to your expectations. This is also called outlining, where you hand the universe a script of how you want and everyone to behave. outlining could cause you to overlook an even more beautiful way in which your prayers may be answered. Okay, I like that part. So please call upon the romance angels to elevate your levels of trust so that you can enjoy the creative avenues by which true love comes to you.
Hmm. Oh, that's a very good one. Um, Control issues. We all sometimes we've been in relationships or know somebody, whether it's a family relationship or romantic, where the other person has control issues, and usually that doesn't really work out too well at all. So, control issues, it touched upon that, usually come with some sort of trauma, some sort of mistrust, maybe abandonment issues, trust issues growing up. Um, Maybe it kind of goes back to those expectations card that we pulled last week too. Maybe you have expectations of being rejected or turned down or let down in relationships. Maybe nothing ever goes your way, and you're afraid of the same situation repeating. So this time you approach a relationship trying to control the outcome, trying to control the experiences in the situation. And, the more you try to control, the more you end up pushing the other person away. Um, and the extreme part of controlling is someone who's a narcissist. And we all have some of those tendencies in us, or the possibility of some of those tendencies with us. Maybe not to the full extent of someone that you would call a narcissist, but it could happen. It's usually from some sort of trauma, some sort of mistrust. I don't think anyone who is a narcissist would really be listening to this right now, so I'm going to assume that you're not a narcissist. But you still could have some control issues, and maybe that's something that you need to put a spotlight on and bring some awareness to, and maybe do some healing. Be mindful of your actions and your intent of what you're doing. Something if you're trying to drive a certain situation in a relationship or the other person in a relationship to what you want, be mindful of that. And if you really love somebody, you need to allow them to be who they truly are. You need to allow them to expand and be themselves and be the best version of themselves, not the best version of what you want them to be. So it sounds like it's a call from some inner work to be done, and that's what I got out of that.
I don't think there's very much to say. I mean, Ray covered a lot of great stuff there, and the reading was pretty straightforward. Um, I, I hear the phrase that a lot of us love, some of us loathe, and that's go with the flow here. I mean, the stream of least resistance, if you will, and allow yourself this opportunity to grab your favorite floaty and take a little plunge down the lazy river as it pertains to this question about this particular relationship. And as the card said, the book said that came with the deck, um, allow that that person or that relationship to come to you, and like naturally allow, oh, the book said allow things to naturally unfold, and I like that
Yeah,
because yeah, just naturally unfold and be open
yeah,
to the magic of possibilities without pigeonholing yourself that it has to go this way, because that could be cool, that if it indeed happens this way, but man, the better it gets, the better it gets. How can it get any better than this? You don't know if you're not open to it and you don't ask that question.
right.
So this is cool, but this feels so much better, man. This is like empowering. This is like liberation. This is wild possibilities of just bliss, connection, love, and welcoming warmth. I think it's open arms, right? So how do you float in the water? You put your hands out and you totally surrender, right? And that's kind of symbolic here. Just open your arms to this person or this relationship or this idea of a possible relationship, whatever you've inquired about, and surrender to the flow, man. Like you've done the work. Or maybe this isn't the time for work. This is just the time to be open and listen to the trees, to yourself, and to the natural things that are happening around you versus the things that you're forcing and trying to make happen, and coming from a place of desperation or resistance, and
Yeah.
saw and watch some fucking cool shit unfold and unfurl and crash into your body beach and your spirit home. That's all I got.
I like how you said co- coming from a place of resistance. And that could be something that you become mindful of. Am I coming from a place of resistance or a place of acceptance, of a place of openness? So that's I like that. I like that part. That's something you can kind of latch on to.
There we go.
All right, the hand of Fatima. These ones are a little long, so I'm gonna try to get to the main thing of it. Let's see. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. During such times, a divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved, who reaches from the skies, who, who reaches from skies, who reaches up from within your body, from deep within the earth, and brings you such a gift of protection, grace, and love. You are safe. You are held, and you are bound within her warmth. She has received your prayers, and she honors your devotion to life, to love, and growth. This oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your own consciousness as a seed, perhaps a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of life, is going to come to maturity under the loving protection of the Divine Mother. You are also being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. Have some discernment about who you involved yourself with and how you choose to use your time and energy. Allow yourself to feel Fatima's guidance and comfort in you by giving yourself permission to be nurtured through your own choices and the people or situations you say yes or no to in life. This is a way to honor her presence and allow her to help you. Okay, let me see what else there is. All right, one more. The oracle comes with guidance. Give your body rest and healing is the most beneficial at this time. There are symptoms you are experiencing, anything from fuzzy headness to tiredness and aches and pains, as well as shifts in your body temperature that seem unbalanced. And these are directly related, if not solely, to the interaction of your spiritual essence with your sacred animal body. This oracle also advises that if you ask for help and protection in any matter, it will be granted.
Oh, dear hearts and souls, dear ones in general, you are loved, you are protected. As the previous reading suggests, surrender to that love, that protection. Know that you are nurtured and seek the wisdom of your own intuition. Learn how to foster this intuition. If you're not certain on how to tap into this power, seek guidance from others on how to do this, and how to uh, integrate this deep listening skill, and really, how do I say, unearth its power by digging deep and bringing it closer to the surface, so it's something that you can more readily and more frequently connect with, because it's such a gift. It's such a, I mean, it's you. And and a lot of times it's buried under so many layers of rubble of trauma and fear and hurt, pain, all this stuff, but that voice is never extinguished. And as you archaeologically try to dig your way back to it and reconnect with it, it's not lost, and it's tough work. But if you need help, seek out the help of others, to give you the tools, the resources to make that connection. And I don't know. I was also hearing, you didn't say it directly, but as you connect with that and your body more deeply and get some rest, find out where the flame, where the inflammation in your body is, and cool those flames. Because when there's a lot of times we are so unaware of the inflammation that's happening in our body, and that spills into our spirit, uh, and um, and everything in ways that are subconsciously really not imaginable. It's inflammation wreaks havoc on the body, and then it alters our moods, it alters our perceptions, it alters so many things. So maybe through connecting with your intuition, um, spiritually, physically, you can also connect to where are the fires in my body, and what can I do to cool them.
Yeah. It seems like this card is meant for maybe someone who's coming from a place of feeling overwhelmed, feeling maybe scared, what's going to happen, the fear of the unknown in a relationship. So this is sort of a comforting, healing message that that you are protected. And I think that when we have those stresses and a relationship, and maybe we've been hurt, we have to kind of go within and maybe connect, not bypass those feelings, allow those feelings to be there, but also connect within to our divine nature. Divine, our nature is divine. That soul, that part of us that is unaffected by the external stuff. Because there is that layer there. It's almost like you think of like an ocean. The top of the ocean, the waves could be completely turbulent. It could be a stormy and that. But the deeper you go in the ocean, it's silence, it's calm, it's peaceful. So I think it's finding that inner peace within yourself and recognizing that it's still there and recognizing that it is your true nature. And maybe from that point of view, maybe not go switch it from an ocean, but maybe more like a mountain view, is to kind of look down at it from that place of divine, from that place of peace, and look at that stuff that's going on, the traumas and the stuff that's making you scared or uncertain, and looking at it from that place instead of being in the storm and being in the middle of it. And you're like, oh, what's going to happen? It's, everything's crazy. But connecting within, finding that connection to your divine nature. And even too, it says, it's the mother, the Fatima, and talks about the Great Mother too. Maybe part of it is connecting with your divine feminine as well. That's within everyone, not just men and women. It's that healing, that passive, that taking care of yourself, the healing parts, and allowing that part of yourself to rise up as well, and meet that stuff that confusion with that sense of divine knowing, divine intelligence, and that can give you a feeling that everything is going to work out, everything is going to be okay, and maybe from there, then you could take the necessary steps of working with that stuff that's causing that confusion, uncertainty, but definitely connect within to that divinity within inside you.
In order to reveal the answer to your question,
Yeah, yeah,
because we don't always provide specific answers here. In fact, I think we don't rarely ever, say, unless we pull a card that says yes, it's always open.
sometimes with a tarot deck you kind of get those.
Sure, sure, but I feel it's been rare, at least on our episodes, because it's about an incoming energy that you tap into, and you harness your power to determine, discover, and unveil your answers.
Right.
We're just helping to be, um, shepherds,
Facilitating.
if you will, to show you the way to these waves so that you can ride them and have a
Yeah.
great time, and connect with people and yourselves and your answers in ways that make sense for you and those around you.
Right. Right.
Usher, not shepherd. The word I was thinking was usher. Like, like someone takes you to your movie seat. That's all we're doing, really. Definitely not. I'm not saying anyone's a sheep or anything like that.
Right.
Usher's a much better word. Let's be clear.
It's okay to ask Usher for help.
Yeah. Hey, we got our thumbnail. It'll be Usher.
All right.
All right,
So
Phoenix, let it burn.
this is for overall energy. Now, right? We're going to that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't show the
So
deck.
I have my deck. I am going with the Earth Warriors. We are the warriors.
Love it. Boom! The Hermetic Tarot. These cards have beautiful black and white art. Love this. So the intricacies there, you can see a little bit. Very nice work. Beautiful gift given to me by a beautiful man. Whew, a few years back now.
Yeah.
All right, here's the back of the cards.
Kind of simple. Purple.
All right, shaking up the bad, shaking up the bad, bring it into good, bring it into good. Tap it on the heart, tap it on the heart. Dropping it like it's hot. All right, General. Also, Shadow. Ask your questions, set your intentions, make it clear, folks. Needle precision here on your inquisitions. Oh, I feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Come on, that's the one right there.
I got mine.
You do?
I think I got have.
It was favoring this way, so
Yuluka Vahini. She who rides the owl brings justice. Look at her.
She who rides the owl brings justice.
She who rides the owl brings justice.
Did you just say she who rides the owl brings justice?
Yes.
Folks, this has been a great episode. I'm John with a J. I mean, let's just end on drop the mic, dude. That's poetry right there, man. That's it. Sit with that.
Like a lyric or something.
You don't even get a reading from us there, folks. Just sit with that imagery and that message and carry it with you next week, man. All right, here's mine. Mine is very apropos. All right, mine is
the foolish man.
That's right. I am the foolish man.
That's card number what? Is that the zero? That's a zero card, right? The Fool.
Yes.
Zero. That's the very first card.
Yes. The Spirit.
I know a lot about the Fool card.
Good. I'm not big on tarot, not yet at least. It's still new for me. So I'm gonna lean heavily upon you, Mr. Ray. Right. The Spirit of Ether, it says. Who's first this time?
I think I'm first this time.
Okay.
Okay, number 8, Yoluka Vahina. Vahina, I don't know, Vahini. She who rides the owl brings justice. Don't waste your valuable time and energy worrying about people getting away with things. It's not possible. Everything is balanced out by karma in the long run. If you feel down or depressed, take action immediately to reconnect to joy, healing energy, and vitality of spirit. All things are measured and metered by a clear divine vision, and your job is to put your faith in the work of the divine, whilst you tend to your own journey with trust and commitment. From the perspective of those with awakened hearts, the world can sometimes appear to be a disturbing and frightening place where negative activity leads to prosperity, while good and worthy people struggle and suffer. It may appear that those who have wisdom are barely heard, while angry people with fear in their heart are afforded attention and power. It may seem that what matters most is tended to the least, while destructive purposes gain mass support and constructive causes struggle to maintain existence. It is very easy with such a view of things for the pure of heart to become angry, bitter, and despairing. However, you are meant to be a light in this world, and it is so important that you will allow Great Spirit to support you in this task. Safeguarding your state of mind is essential for you to accomplish your life purpose. If you get caught up in negative thinking, as may happen from time to time, allow Great Spirit to guide you back to the truth of your inner light. Remember that the divine is more powerful than any nightmare created by human darkness. You don't have to deny the dark side of human nature or manifest its consequences for the health of the planet, but you do need to keep yourself secure within the light so you can effectively fulfill your destiny as an earth warrior. Joy, happiness, and peace will not diminish your motivation to serve love. Rather, they will ensure you that you have enough energy to do so effectively.
What was the name of the card again, Ray?
Yoluka Vahini, she
Right.
who rides the owl brings justice.
She who rides the owl brings justice. I just wanted to hear you say it again because that's all I got for you, folks. I'm John with a J. I'm doing it again, man. Like I am not. I really don't even want to give anything beyond that. I just want. I'm sure you have some things to say, Ray, but I just want folks to carry that image with you, however that looks, whatever you've concocted in your mind, your heart, your soul, and remember that she and the owl are with you next week, and just see it in the sky, see it, you know, under a tree. Um, I just think it's beautiful. Just allow poetry to unwind and present itself in the most magical of ways. Be open to poetry. As the card somewhat alluded to, the reading, excuse me, don't close yourself up to darkness, but be open to joy, peace, and bliss. Don't, bypass or bulldoze the dark, but be open to the light because it's there. They're both there. And maybe
Right.
sometimes we get stuck here too much and don't really and feel like it's not possible to ever have the light again because this is so heavy, but it's there. Just be open, be open to knowing and understanding and believing that it's still there, even if you're buried and consumed by the dark. Just be open, and maybe the key to that, because a lot of people, how do I do that, how do I do that? Maybe just think about this woman majestically riding a fucking owl. I don't know, man. That's all I got right now. If I have more, I'll give you
I
more.
I also think a lot of times this what I got out of this reading is conserving your energy. There's so much negative stuff out there right now, both sides of everything of issues and the news and the media, and that can lower our vibe and we can make us angry and take us out of our heart. And sometimes we need to unplug from media, that quit, stop watching the news, looking at stuff on our phone, social media, because a lot of times that's you get all this bombarded by all this stuff in the news and the media that it just it gets us angry and gets us fired up, and we want to and it's normal. We want to do something about this, and it kind of overtakes our energy and it drains us. We feel so
Oh,
drained.
oh,
So it's to me, it's trusting, trusting in that divinity. Like kind of goes with that reading is about searching and discovering, recognizing the divinity within you, and putting your trust in that, putting your trust in the universe, putting your trust in wherever you want to call source, consciousness, God, whatever that is, and knowing that it's all going to work out. Everything is working out for the benefit of humanity. Does sometimes doesn't always see it. We don't. If you look at society as more of as an individual, think about the stuff that you went through, the hard times, the dark nights of the soul, when you were crushed and you thought like, oh my God, like how am I ever going to make it out of this situation? But you made it. You're here. You survived. You're listening to this right now. So you had that faith in yourself. You have to have that same faith in the world, in society. It's tough, but I think it's trusting in that and preserving your energy, not getting so caught up in all the negative
the
stuff.
external, focusing on the internal, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you want to be an earth warrior, you can go out there and fight your fights and walk your walk and talk your talks, But maybe when that becomes exhausting, do your things, plug into your organizations, your initiatives, not taking anything away from your efforts. What this might be saying or might be a calling to is, like Ray said, conserving your energy, and instead of going out there and trying to alter the course of humanity and the world and all of the net the tough stuff that's happening, go in and create change. Because what I say, be the change that you want to see, right? So invest in this and conserve that outward going energy, and fill up your vessel, fill up your cup. Because if your cup's empty, you can't share and pour into others, and show up for people in ways that they may need you. So
Then you could be the usher.
bum, 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 bum,
Right
bum.
now.
How come I can't think of a single song by him right now? Is he so far removed
What's that
from?
song? Yeah, yeah. What's that
Yeah, that's yeah. I think the song is called "Yeah." I don't know.
song?
Bum, 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 bum. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he did. I think Little John showed up in one of his songs. I'm not sure. If he didn't, he just did. You're welcome. All right. So is that? Oh wait, I'm
Yeah,
like
you're
on another episode. I totally forgot my card. Okay, so the foolish man, silly John with a J. All right, there it is again. I got to find it in this micro mini book. Crap.
whoa.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. My eyes.
Final
Card
last ring?
zero. Well, you said it's card zero, so maybe it'll show up in the
Full
beginning.
is usually zero if it's a
So
normal
maybe I'll
tarot
get
card.
lucky and it'll be in the beginning. All right, the foolish man. Here we go. The four aces. Why isn't the foolish man here? Let's see here. All right. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, I mean,
Ray, while I
uh,
do this, maybe tell folks where to follow us. Well, yeah, I don't know.
so please, help us out if you like listening to this so far. Please, give us a like, a share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We've been doing this every week, so we'll provide you with a weekly forecast of the incoming energies. So we're like the weathermen. We just tell you what's coming in. It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Storms are brewing.
We just give you that heads up what to expect and how you can work with that energy and make it the best.
All
You got it.
right, I'm ready. Good.
Good.
Oh, or zero. I was gonna say, oh, the foolish man. Zero, the foolish man.
You
The
can, oh,
oh, the foolish man. The
sounds like a
spirit
song.
of ether. It will be.
Can you sing it?
It's going.
Oh, the
Oh, the
foolish
foolish man.
man.
Hey, we can make it a tarot thing too. We could drop lyrics like Oracle style. And watch out, TikTok, coming soon to a, what do they call it? For your page or your page, for you page soon. You never know.
To a
Uh,
theater near you.
are we gonna do a Bodhi Bros TikTok? That could be a thing.
How do you get
TikTok's
two people?
TikTok's hot right now.
Yeah.
How do we get two people on a TikTok?
Mm.
We could do it just like this. We could actually, we could take this video, like Zoom format, but it's got to be under 3 minutes. So we could just do like a quick reading, and like, or like I would pull the card and you do the reading,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But it could only be 3 minutes, so it would have to be turbo. I don't know. We'll talk about it afterwards.
I don't know.
But that might be exciting.
That would be exciting.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
I'm kind of excited because TikTok's on fire right now. All
All
right,
right, man.
here we go. The foolish man. It says Aleph, Aleph. To any of those that might know what that means,
Aleph?
it says ox, like ox, and then Pluto. They were like three-word sentences by themselves. So it was Aleph or Aleph period, ox period, Pluto period. I don't know if that's secret code for something. If someone knows tarot, let me know. All right, the sun indicates a bright spring morning. The two-part triangle in the upper right of the card represents air. The symbol of Pluto appears in the mist to the front of the man. The foolish man stands with his worldly belongings at the edge of a precipice, ignorant of the lashing waves and the crocodile with open jaws. The foolish man holds in his right hand the rose of joy, signifying perfect innocence, and he holds a fierce wolf in check by a leash. My gosh, a lot going on there. Behind him sprouts the flower of silence. The higher significance of this card suggests that the foolish man's perfect innocence is holding the wolf, thus, the anger of worldly wisdom is held in check by perfect innocence. Meanings: idea, thought, sensitivity, the flesh, eternal life, spirituality, initiative, folly, and foolishness.
All right. Is that it?
Wasn't that enough? My
Yeah. All right.
gosh.
Well, I'm gonna go by what I know of the Fool,
Okay, good, good.
because that's, I don't know, that's a little too esoteric and a little too, I don't know, out there for me. But
Yes.
the Fool is the first card in the major arcana. How do you say arcana? And
Arcana,
tarot,
Arcana, Potato. Yeah,
arcana, arcana.
Potato.
So what it is, it's the beginning of a cycle. It's the beginning of a journey. So the whole arcana is the Fool's journey all the way through. So this is the beginning card. The Fool kind of, it's, so this is basically what you're saying is new energies coming in, a new adventure. And it's kind of weird that you were just, ironic that you're talking about, hey, we should do this on TikTok, because that's exactly what the Fool is about, is doing something new, taking a new start, doing something different. And so this is it's like the Fool is sort of where you are right before you take that first step. It's like you look out in the journey, that idea, that desire comes up. And so you haven't taken the first step yet, but you're just about to take that first step. And a lot of times we approach a new cycle in life. And they call this Fool because we carry some ignorance, because we haven't learned what we needed to learn yet through that journey, through that experience. So that could be a new relationship, that could be a new job, something. So something new energy is going to come up. Could be a project, could be anything. I mean, there's a number of things that the Fool could represent in terms of a new cycle, a new journey, a new beginning, a new adventure. So recognize this. This could be an opportunity for you that's going to be coming up, something new coming up in your life, a new beginning that you could possibly take. Sometimes they're recognizable, sometimes they're not recognizable, these opportunities, but recognize it, that it's there. And if you decide you want to take the plunge, take that first step and go for it.
Yeah, it's cool you said that because I'm thinking based on what I read, not of clearly not of what you know of the Arcana, but what I read there, and then I was going to say, well, listen to what Ray has, and then try to piece something together because the card just kind of left me confused. And when that happens, I just like to spend time sitting with it versus trying to rush a reading. But we're doing a show here, and people are waiting for an answer. So in this particular case, I appreciate exactly what you said because I was thinking um, that. Um, see, I'm losing my train of thought again. Um, in the spirit of the fool, of the folly, um, and the foolishness. Oh yes, that's right. This is where I was headed. You said like, you know, do that new thing. I was hearing and allowing whatever to come in, and what came in was rolling the dice and taking a chance. And the words fool and folly stuck out because, well, it's the foolish man, but those were the last two words when it said the meaning of the card. And we're so, a lot of us are so programmed to fear mistakes. And thank you, thanks to social media for giving us tons and tons of memes and quotes and stuff from friends, family, and otherwise. Um, we've been fostering this idea that it's okay to make mistakes. Thank goodness, because that needs to be the new program. The mistakes are powerful. Mistakes are beautiful. Mistakes are a wonderful indication of we're taking chances. We're doing things, um, and we're learning, and through that, we're creating new opportunities and new relationships because we have something or some things in motion. So that's a good thing. So I hear the word folly here and foolishness. Be silly. I don't mean like irresponsibly or recklessly, but like that one thing that seems far out or out of the, or maybe this person won't get it, or you know, whatever you had your question you asked about how it pertains, like go that extra step that just seems out of the ordinary. And maybe it is silly, maybe it to most it might be foolish, but it might be the most ingenious thing that you ever unleash. um but you'll never know unless you do it. So here's your permission today to do that silly thing, to take that leap and try that new thing.
Maybe it's not taking it so serious.
Yeah. Thank you for saying. Thank you. Great addition there. Absolutely. And I think that's very much in line with everything else that's come up in these cards this week. To take that step back, to take the foot off the gas, and and to not necessarily hit the brake, but coast. And there's another word that a lot of times people are like, "Oh, he's coasting through life." Shut up, be quiet. Come on. I almost said shut up. I'm trying to be nice here. Shut up. Like, just allow people to. You don't always have to have your foot on the gas or on the brake. Like,
Yeah.
coasting is cool, man. Like, float, stream, get in that flow. And like the card earlier, stop trying to control the outcome. Yeah, like just not taking yourself so seriously, you know, plugging into the trees, plugging into yourself, plugging into the whispers on the wind from other spirits, animals, people, ancestors, whatever, and just being in the moment. Comes back. Our podcasts always come back to that, being in the present moment and bringing loving awareness to whatever is happening in front of us in that moment. And man, that's, gosh, that's the jewel of life, I think, you know.
Yeah.
And not not saying everything's happy or not saying everything's bad, but just allowing everything to be. And in that moment to moment navigation through the day, relishing whatever it is, embracing whatever it is, dark, light, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, whatever, whomever. And yeah, just I think like you just said, man, stop taking yourself so
It seems
seriously.
like that seems to be almost the theme of this whole podcast is letting go, trusting the universe, coming back to our breath. Coming back to our breath is the same thing as coming back to the heart, coming back to divinity, letting go of trying to control situations, trying to manipulate situations, letting go of the idea that things need to be different than how they really are, how they really are. You know, I think I made a post on one of my Facebook's groups today. Was about this. Was just saying, you know, being spiritually awakened is to be with what is, to be completely present with what is, not with how you think the world ought to be or how you ought to be. And it's just, you know, that's, and it goes back to our traumas and our ego and stuff like that. And those can kind of color and filter our experiences and cause us to want to have that control. And so it comes, you know, maybe a place of healing, place of coming back to the breath, recognizing that it's going to be okay. You'll be okay. Don't take it so serious. Recognizing opportunities that present themselves, new opportunities. And sometimes we can't see that if we're too busy trying to control everything and, you know, getting too caught up in our day to day stuff. We can't really be present enough to recognize if an opportunity were to arise. We just kind of let it go. We don't recognize it. So it's not taking things so serious, not not being caught up in all the negativity going on in the world right now, having that trust in what's divine, and that what's divine includes yourself. It's you. Maybe not so much seeking external answers to everything, but going within and searching those for yourself. I mean, you're the best person to ask for advice is you, not someone else.
Awesome. Very well spoken, Phoenix Ray.
Thank you.
And if all else fails, throw on some Usher and get up and dance.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So,
There
on
it is.
that wonderful musical note, thank you for joining us once again for another episode of the Bodhi Bros. I'm John with a J.
I'm Phoenix Ray.
from our hearts to yours. Get out there, get under the sun, get under a tree.
Find your Bodhi tree.
Find your Bodhi tree. Shit, get under that someone special you love. And you know what I'm talking about.
Let that shit go.
Let that shit go. Well, not when you're under the bridge. Wait a few minutes. Okay. All right. So on that hysterical note, woo! All right. Looking forward to the next episode. We'll see you soon, folks. Thank you for letting us do this. Maybe coming soon to a TikTok near you. No promises. We'll see. And we are out of here.
Are we out?